My beloved child, do you still need me? Do you still look for me when the morning light has not yet touched your window? Or have your eyes begun to turn more toward the praise of the world and the noise of your own striving? Listen closely to me now. I have not left you. I have not turned my back on your cry. But if you choose to turn your face from me, I will stand still. Not because I abandon you, but so you will recognize the worth of the hand that has held you all along. You do not see what I see. You cannot yet perceive the forces that gather around your path while you sleep. You feel the weight of something you cannot name, a heaviness in your chest that does not belong to any problem you can point to, an exhaustion that sleep cannot touch, a fear that has no face but will not leave your side. And you have tried to fix it. You have tried to think your way through. You have tried to plan, to control, to understand. But child, you were never meant to carry tomorrow on your own shoulders. You were never designed to wake up already rehearsing the weight of hours that have not yet arrived. And this is why I'm speaking to you now. Not because you deserve it, not because you have earned this moment, but because I have watched you drift. I have watched you slowly untether yourself from the only anchor that will not snap. And if I do not speak now, you will keep walking toward a cliff you cannot see. So be still, and let my words sink past your defenses, past the walls you have built, past the pride that whispers you can handle this alone. I know your secret. I know the thoughts you hide even from those closest to you, the fear that you have already missed your chance, the quiet voice that says you are falling behind, that everyone else has figured out something you never will, that your best days are behind you. And tomorrow holds nothing but more of the same exhaustion, more of the same disappointment, more of the same quiet desperation that you have learned to mask so well. But listen to me. Listen to the words that have been waiting for you since before you were born. I'm not surprised by your failure. I'm not shocked by your sin. I have not turned away because you stumbled. It is in the stumbling that I draw nearest. It is in the breaking that I do my deepest work. You have been taught to hide your wounds, to present only the parts of yourself that look strong. But I'm not impressed by your strength. I'm moved by your honesty. I'm drawn to the raw, bleeding, honest ache of a child who finally admits they cannot do this alone. And that is where you are now, whether you say it aloud or not. You have reached the edge of your own ability, the place where your strategies have failed, your plans have crumbled, your backup plans have crumbled, and you feel the terror of having nowhere left to turn. But child, this is not the end. This is the beginning. This is the threshold I have been waiting for you to reach, because as long as you thought you could fix yourself, you would never truly call on me. As long as you believed your own strength was enough, you would never collapse into mine. And so, I allowed the walls to fall. I allowed the foundations to crack. I allowed the things you trusted to fail, not to destroy you, but to free you, to strip away every false savior until only I remained. Now you sit in the quiet of your room, or in the car before you walk inside, or in the dark before sleep finally claims you, and you feel the emptiness, the ache, the question you are afraid to ask out loud. Does God still see me? Does he still care? Have I gone too far? Have I waited too long? I will answer you plainly. I have never stopped seeing you. I have never turned away. Every tear you have cried in secret I have caught. Every prayer you could not finish because the pain was too heavy I heard before you spoke it. Every night you lay awake wondering if anyone would ever truly know you, I was there. Not as a distant observer, but as a father who aches when his child aches. You do not understand my silence. I know this confuses you. You think if I love you, I should speak louder, I should move faster, I should answer immediately the way you want me to answer. But my silence is never my withdrawal. It is a summons. It is an invitation to come closer, to stop screaming your requests and start listening for my voice. You have been so busy telling me what you need that you have forgotten to ask what I'm doing. And what I'm doing is far greater than you can see from where you stand. You look at your life and see chaos. I look at your life and see a masterpiece being shaped. You see delays. I see protection. You see closed doors. I see redirection. You see loss. I see removal of everything that would have crushed you later. Trust me when I tell you that the thing you are begging for right now would destroy you if I gave it too soon. Trust me when I tell you that the silence you hate is the very thing saving your life. Because in the silence, your soul grows. In the waiting, your character is forged. In the darkness, your eyes learn to see what they could not perceive in the light. Do you remember Joseph? sold into slavery by his own brothers, falsely accused, forgotten in a prison, year after year after year. He did not hear my voice explaining the plan. He did not receive visions of the palace while he sat in chains. He only had the promise, a dream he had been given as a boy, and everything around him said that dream had died. But I was working. I was positioning. I was moving kings and dreams and famines and reconciliations into a perfect alignment that would not be visible until the exact moment it was complete. And when that moment came, Joseph did not just survive. He saved nations. But he had to walk through the silence first. He had to endure the waiting. He had to learn that my timing is not his timing. And child, you are no different. The same God who guided Joseph through the pit and the prison is guiding you through this season you do not understand. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are being prepared. Every sleepless night is a classroom. Every disappointment is a dismantling of your false confidence. Every closed door is a redirection toward a door you cannot yet see. But I need you to stop fighting the process. Stop demanding that I explain myself. Stop insisting that I work according to your calendar. I'm not late. I'm never late. I'm building something so vast that you cannot see the edges of it from where you stand. And when it is finished, you will fall to your knees in wonder that you ever doubted. But right now, in this moment, I need you to do something. I need you to let go. Let go of the outcome. Let go of the timeline. Let go of the need to understand. Let go of the fear that you have ruined everything. Let go of the shame that whispers you are beyond repair. You are not beyond repair. You are not too broken. You are not too far gone. I specialize in exactly this. I take what the world calls worthless and I make it priceless. I take what the enemy meant for destruction and I turn it into a testimony. I take the ashes of your failures and I breathe beauty into them. But you have to stop trying to reassemble the ashes yourself. You have to stop picking through the rubble looking for something to salvage. You have to stand back and let me work. This is hard for you. I know. You are a fixer, a planner, a controller. You feel safest when you are managing every variable. But child, you were never meant to manage your own life. You were meant to trust, to follow, to rest in the arms of a father who sees what you cannot see. And this is the battle you are losing right now. Not the battle of finances, not the battle of relationships, not the battle of health or career. Those are only the symptoms. The true battle is for your trust. The enemy wants you to believe that I have abandoned you, that I am angry with you, that I am punishing you, that I have better things to do than listen to your small broken prayers. And you have started to believe these lies. I can see it in the way you pray now. Hesitant, distant, full of doubt. You speak to me like a servant approaching a reluctant master, not a child running to a loving father. But I am not reluctant. I am not distant. I am not distracted. I am leaning toward you right now with an intensity you cannot fathom. Every angel in heaven is watching this moment. Every force of darkness is trying to steal your attention. Because this moment matters. This prayer matters. This decision you're making right now, to keep listening or to click away, matters more than you know. Do not turn away. Do not let your mind wander back to the list of problems waiting for you. Stay here with me. Stay in this quiet place. Let my words sink deeper than they have ever gone. Because I'm about to tell you something you have never heard. Or perhaps you have heard it, but you have never believed it. You are not fighting for my attention. You already have it. You are not earning my love. You already have it. You are not proving your worth. You already have it. The battle is not to get me to love you. The battle is to believe that I already do. And that belief is what the enemy fears most. Because when you truly believe that I am for you, everything changes. The opinions of others lose their power. The fear of failure loses its grip. The anxiety about tomorrow loses its voice. When you know that the creator of the universe is your father, you stop begging and start resting. You stop striving and start trusting. You stop performing and start living. This is the freedom I died to give you. But you have been living like a slave. Slave to approval, slave to achievement, slave to the endless need to prove yourself, and you are exhausted. Not because life is hard, but because you are carrying a weight I never asked you to carry. I never said you had to be perfect. I never said you had to have it all together. I never said you had to figure out tomorrow before it arrives. That was the enemy whispering in your ear. That was the world shouting its demands. That was your own fear disguising itself as responsibility. But I'm speaking something different. I am speaking rest. I am speaking peace. I am speaking surrender. Not the surrender of giving up, but the surrender of letting go, the surrender of trusting that I am good and I am able and I am with you. Look at the birds of the air. They do not plant, they do not harvest, they do not store away in barns, and yet I feed them. Are you not much more valuable than they? Can any one of you, by worrying, add a single hour to your life? You have heard these words before, but you have not lived them. You have nodded in agreement while your heart remained clenched with anxiety. You have said you trust me while your mind raced through every possible disaster. Child, that is not trust. That is polite unbelief. That is saying the right words while living the wrong reality. But I'm not angry at you for this. I'm not standing over you with a frown. I'm inviting you into something better. I'm inviting you to actually trust me, to actually rest, to actually stop trying to control what only I can control. Do you know how many things are going to happen tomorrow that you cannot change? Do you know how many variables are completely outside your influence? You cannot add 1 inch to your height by worrying. You cannot solve one problem by staying up late rehearsing it. You cannot control what other people say or think or do. And yet you exhaust yourself trying. You exhaust yourself carrying burdens that were never yours to carry. And then you wonder why you feel so far from me, why prayer feels empty, why worship feels boring, why the scriptures feel like ancient words with no power. Of course they feel powerless. You are too tired to receive them. You have spent all your emotional energy on worry. You have nothing left for wonder. And so I'm asking you right now to stop. Stop rehearsing the conversation you dread. Stop imagining the worst-case scenario. Stop playing the movie of disaster in your mind. Stop trying to solve problems that do not yet exist. Come back to this moment, this breath, this word. I am here. I am with you. I have not left, and I am not going to leave. But you must choose to believe that, not just believe it in your head. Believe it in your gut, in your bones, in the deepest part of you that still remembers what it felt like to be safe. You were safe once, before fear taught you otherwise, before disappointment taught you to guard your heart, before betrayal taught you to trust no one. But I am not like the people who hurt you. I am not like the parents who failed you, the friends who abandoned you, the lovers who used you. I am different. I am faithful when you are faithless. I am true when everything else is a lie. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever, and I am telling you now that tomorrow does not have to be what you fear. Tomorrow can be the beginning of something new, but not if you keep living like yesterday. Not if you keep carrying the same fears into a new day. Something has to change, and that something is not your circumstances. That something is you, not your behavior, not your performance, your belief. What do you actually believe about me? Not what have you been taught, not what do you say when someone asks. What do you believe in the dark, when no one is watching, when the pain is real and the answers are not coming? Do you believe I am good? Do you believe I am powerful? Do you believe I am for you? Because your life is revealing your true beliefs. Your anxiety reveals that you believe I am not in control. Your anger reveals that you believe I have wronged you. Your exhaustion reveals that you believe you are alone in this fight. And I am here to correct those beliefs, not with arguments, but with presence. I am here, right now, in this room, in this moment. You cannot see me, but you can feel something, a warmth, a weight, a quietness that does not make sense. That is me. That is my spirit speaking to your spirit, saying what words cannot say, doing what explanations cannot do, healing what time could never touch. You have been looking for answers, but I am not giving you answers. I am giving you myself. Because I am the answer. Every question you have leads back to me. Every ache in your heart is a homing signal for your Creator. You were made for me, and you will never be satisfied without me. You can get the job, get the relationship, get the money, get the house, get the approval, and still feel empty, because those things were never meant to hold the weight of your soul. Only I can. Only I do, and only I will. So stop trying to fill yourself with what cannot satisfy. Stop running to what cannot save. Stop hoping in what cannot deliver. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Not a break, not a vacation, not a temporary distraction. Rest, Deep, lasting, soul-level rest. The kind of rest that does not depend on your circumstances. The kind of rest that remains even when the storm rages. The kind of rest that the world cannot give and cannot take away. This is what I have for you, but you must receive it. You must stop fighting. You must stop striving. You must stop trying to earn what can only be received. This is hard for you. I know. Your whole life has taught you that nothing is free, that you have to work for everything, that if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. But I'm not like the world. My love is free, my grace is free, my rest is free, not because it costs nothing, but because I paid everything. On the cross, in the garden, through the tomb, I paid for your rest. I purchased your peace. I bought your freedom with my own blood, and you dishonor that sacrifice every time you try to earn what I already bought. Every time you strive for what I already gave. Every time you live like a slave when I have called you a child. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you see the weight of these words? You are not a slave. You are a son. You are a daughter. You are an heir. Everything I have is yours, not because you earned it, but because you are mine. And nothing can change that. Not your failure, not your sin, not your doubt, not your fear. Nothing. You are mine. I have written your name on the palm of my hand. I have numbered the hairs on your head. I have loved you with an everlasting love, and nothing can separate you from that love. Not trouble, not hardship, not persecution, not famine, not nakedness, not danger, not sword, not life, not death, not angels, not demons, not the present, not the future, not any powers, not height, not depth, not anything else in all creation. Nothing can separate you from my love. Do you believe this? Do you really believe this? Because if you do, everything changes. Your fear loses its power. Your anxiety loses its grip. Your shame loses its voice. If I am for you, who can be against you? If I did not spare my own son but gave him up for you, how will I not also graciously give you all things? This is not a promise for perfect people. This is a promise for you, right now. In your mess, in your failure, in your doubt, I am for you, not against you, not disappointed in you, not waiting to punish you, for you, completely, irrevocably, eternally, for you. So stop running, stop hiding, stop pretending, stop performing. Come out of the shadows, come into the light. Bring your shame, bring your fear, bring your failure. Bring your questions, bring your doubts, bring it all. I can handle it. I've already handled it. On the cross, I handled it. Every sin you have committed, every sin you will commit, handled. Every shame you have carried, every guilt you have nursed, handled. Every fear that has haunted you, every anxiety that has controlled you, handled. It is finished, paid in full. The debt is canceled. The record is wiped clean. The accusation has no power. So why are you still living like you are in debt? Why are you still hiding? Why are you still afraid? The prison door is open, but you are still sitting in the cell. The chains are broken, but you are still acting like you are bound. The war is won, but you are still fighting battles that have already been decided. Child, wake up, open your eyes, see what I have done, see what I have given, see who you have become. You are not the sum of your failures. You are not the sum of your sins. You are not the sum of your mistakes. You are my child, my beloved, my chosen, my own. And I'm not ashamed of you. I am proud of you, not because you are perfect, but because you are mine, because you keep getting back up, because you keep trying, because you keep seeking me even when you doubt. That is faith, not perfect faith, not strong faith, not mountain-moving faith, just faith, small, broken, honest faith. And that is enough. That has always been enough. A mustard seed of faith. That is all I ask. Not great faith, just real faith. Just honest faith. Just faith that says, I do not understand, but I am staying. I do not feel you, but I am seeking. I cannot see you, but I am believing. That is enough. That has always been enough. So stop trying to manufacture great faith. Stop trying to feel what you do not feel. Stop pretending to be what you are not. Just be honest. Just be real. Just be here, right now, with me, in this moment. That is all I want. You, not your performance. Not your sacrifice, not your religious activity. You, just you. Come to me. Not with fancy prayers, not with theological statements, not with promises you cannot keep. Just come. Come tired, come broken, come doubting, come afraid, come exactly as you are. And stay. Stay in my presence. Stay in my love. Stay in my rest. Do not run back to the noise. Do not run back to the distraction. Do not run back to the striving. Stay here, in the quiet, in the peace, in the love that will not let you go. I'm not going anywhere. I've been waiting for you, not impatiently, not angrily, not disappointedly, waiting like a father watches for a prodigal, waiting like a lover waits for a beloved, waiting like morning waits for the sun. I have been here, and I will be here when you wake up tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after that. I'm not leaving. I cannot leave. You are part of me now, sealed, marked, claimed, mine. So rest in that, rest in my love, rest in my finished work, rest in my unbreakable hold on your life. Tomorrow will have its own worries, but tomorrow also has my grace, my strength, my provision. I'm already there. I'm already working. I'm already preparing what you need. You do not have to figure it out tonight. You do not have to solve it in your sleep. You do not have to wake up rehearsing the fear. I have it, all of it, every detail, every variable, every unknown. I have it. So sleep, sleep without fear, sleep without shame, sleep without the weight of tomorrow. I'm watching over you. I'm guarding your heart. I'm protecting your mind. I'm keeping your soul. Nothing will happen tomorrow that I cannot handle. Nothing will come your way that I have not already seen. Nothing will surprise me. Nothing will defeat me, and nothing will separate you from me. So rest. Rest in the shadow of my wings. Rest in the shelter of my presence. Rest in the knowledge that you are loved, not for what you do, but for who you are, mine, forever, unchangingly, irrevocably, mine. Now go, not in fear, but in peace, not in striving, but in trust, not in your own strength, but in mine. I am with you, always, to the end of the age and beyond. You are not alone. You have never been alone, and you never will be alone. I am your Father, your protector, your provider, your peace, your portion, your prize. I am everything you need, and I am enough. I've always been enough, and I will always be enough. For you, my beloved, my child, my own. Rest now. Tomorrow is already handled. Sleep now. I am watching. I am working. I am waiting. For you, with you, in you, always and ever. Amen. My child, I see you have returned to this quiet place. You did not know where else to go. The noise of the day has not yet faded from your ears. The weight of what awaits you presses against your chest like a stone you cannot set down. And somewhere beneath the exhaustion, beneath the routine, beneath the smile you wore for everyone who asked if you were okay, there is a question you have not spoken. Not because you do not want the answer, but because you are afraid of what the answer might be. You are afraid that I have grown tired of you, that the warmth you felt before was never meant to last, that the peace you tasted was only a temporary gift for a better version of yourself. And now that you have stumbled again, now that the same fears have returned, now that the same weakness has shown its face, you wonder if I am still here, or if I have finally turned away. Listen to me. Breathe, slowly, deeply. Let the air remind you that you are still alive, that this moment is real, that I am real, and that I have not gone anywhere. You are the one who has been running, not away from danger, but away from stillness, because in the stillness you have to feel, and in the feeling you have to face what you have been avoiding. So let us stop running now. Let us sit together in this quiet, not because you have earned this moment, but because you need it. And I am not a father who withholds what his children need simply because they have not asked properly. I'm not keeping score. I'm not waiting for you to use the right words. I'm not requiring a certain emotional state before I will draw near. I'm already near. I've always been near. But you have been looking for me in the wrong places. You have been looking for me in the intensity of a worship service, in the emotion of a song, in the excitement of a new beginning. And those places are good, but they are not where I live. I live in the ordinary, in the mundane, in the space between your waking and your sleeping, in the car ride when no one is speaking, in the kitchen while you wash the dishes, in the quiet before sleep when your mind finally slows down. I am there. I've always been there, but you have been too busy to notice, too distracted to feel, too exhausted to care. And that exhaustion is not weakness. It is a message. Your soul is trying to tell you something that your busyness has been drowning out. You cannot keep living this way. You cannot keep waking up already behind. You cannot keep carrying what I never asked you to carry. You cannot keep pretending that everything is fine when everything is not fine. I know. I know the weight you are hiding. I know the conversations you rehearse in the dark. I know the fear that something is wrong with you, that everyone else seems to have figured out something you have missed, that you are falling behind, that your best years are behind you, that the future holds only more of the same exhaustion. I know these thoughts. I have heard every single one, not with condemnation, but with compassion, because I understand what it feels like to be human. I walked in your shoes. I felt your tiredness. I knew your hunger. I wept at your gravesides. I was abandoned by your friends. I was betrayed by someone I loved. I was misunderstood, mocked, scorned, rejected. I know. And because I know I am not standing over you with a list of demands, I'm kneeling beside you in the dust, asking you to let me help. But you have to stop pretending you do not need help. That is the barrier between us. Not your sin, not your failure, not your doubt, your pride, your insistence that you can handle this, your refusal to admit that you are drowning. Child, you are drowning, not in tragedy, not in disaster, but in 1,000 small deaths, 1,000 small compromises, 1,000 small distractions, 1,000 small ways you have learned to numb what you cannot bear to feel. And drowning in small ways is still drowning. The water does not have to be deep to cover your mouth. It only has to be high enough to keep you from breathing. And you have not been breathing. You have been surviving, going through motions, checking boxes, keeping up appearances, but your soul, your precious, eternal, beautiful soul, it has been gasping for air, and you have been ignoring it, because to listen would mean to stop, and to stop would mean to feel, and to feel would mean to face what you have been running from. So let us face it now, together. You are not alone in this room. I am here, and I am not afraid of what you are afraid of. I'm not shocked by what shames you. I'm not overwhelmed by what overwhelms you. I am the God who spoke the universe into existence. I am the God who parted the sea. I am the God who raised the dead, and I am not intimidated by your darkness, so bring it to me. All of it. The anger you have been swallowing, the grief you have been numbing, the fear you have been hiding, the questions you have been too afraid to ask. Bring it. I can handle it. I have already handled it. On the cross, I handled it. Every bit of your shame was poured onto me. Every drop of your guilt was absorbed into my body. Every curse that belonged to you was placed upon my shoulders, and I did not collapse under the weight. I carried it, all of it, to the finish. And when I said, "It is finished," I meant it. Your debt, finished. Your punishment, finished. Your separation from me, finished. So why are you still living like you are paying off a debt that no longer exists? Why are you still wearing the shackles I already broke? Why are you still hiding from the presence that already welcomes you? This is not religion. This is not philosophy. This is not a motivational speech to make you feel better for a few hours. This is reality, the truest reality there is. You are mine. I bought you. Not with gold, not with silver, but with blood. My blood. And I do not let go of what I purchase. I hold on, even when you try to let go, even when you push against my hand, even when you turn your face away. I hold on, not because I am controlling, but because I am faithful, and I cannot deny myself. I have called you by name. You are mine. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you. When you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze. Because I am the Lord your God, the Holy One of Israel, your Savior. Do you hear those words? They are not ancient history. They are not poetry for religious people. They are for you. Right now, in this moment, the waters you are passing through, the rivers threatening to sweep you away, the fire that surrounds you. I am with you in all of it, not watching from a distance, not observing your suffering like a detached spectator. I am in the fire with you. I am in the flood with you. I am in the darkness with you, and I am not leaving. But you have to stop expecting me to remove every difficulty. Sometimes the fire is not punishment. Sometimes the fire is purification. Sometimes the flood is not destruction. Sometimes the flood is cleansing. Sometimes the darkness is not abandonment. Sometimes the darkness is where your eyes learn to see what light could never teach you. Do you remember Job? A good man, a righteous man, a man I called blameless. And yet I allowed everything to be stripped away, his children, his health, his wealth, his reputation. His friends turned into accusers. His wife told him to curse me and die. And he sat in ashes, scraping his wounds with broken pottery, asking why, begging for an explanation, demanding that I answer, and I did answer, but not in the way he expected. I did not explain the suffering. I did not justify the pain. I revealed myself. I showed him who I am, and that was enough. Not because Job stopped hurting, but because he realized that knowing me is greater than understanding my ways. You want explanations. You want to know why. Why this trial? Why this loss? Why this delay? Why this silence? And I'm not giving you answers. I'm giving you something better, myself. I am the answer. I am the why. I am the purpose. I am the plan. I am the beginning and the end, and I am with you in the middle. That is enough. That has always been enough. But you have been looking for answers in the wrong places. You have been looking for peace in your circumstances. You have been looking for joy in your relationships. You have been looking for identity in your work. And everything keeps shifting. Everything keeps changing. Everything keeps disappointing. Because those things were never meant to hold the weight of your soul. Only I can. Only I do. Only I will. So stop looking for what can only be found in me. Stop searching for peace in a world that offers none. Stop hoping for rest in the arms of what is temporary. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Not rest from your problems, rest in your problems. Not escape from the storm, calm within the storm. Not the removal of the weight, strength to carry the weight with grace. This is what I offer, not an easy life, a meaningful one. Not a pain-free existence, a purpose-filled one. Not the absence of struggle, my presence in the struggle, and that presence changes everything. Not your circumstances, you. It changes you. It transforms how you see, how you feel, how you respond. It takes the same trial and infuses it with meaning. It takes the same loss and surrounds it with comfort. It takes the same fear and silences it with love. Not because the fear disappears, but because love is louder. My love is louder than your fear. My peace is deeper than your anxiety. My strength is greater than your weakness. And you have access to all of it, right now. Not after you clean up your life, not after you say the right prayer, not after you feel worthy, right now. Because I am not waiting for you to be worthy. I am making you worthy. I am washing you, cleansing you, renewing you, not because of what you have done, but because of who you are to me. You are my child, my beloved, my own, and nothing you do will ever change that. Nothing, not your worst sin, not your darkest thought, not your longest season of doubt, nothing. You are mine. Sealed, marked, claimed, forever. So why are you still living like an orphan? Why are you still fighting for scraps when the feast is already prepared? Why are you still begging for what has already been given? Child, open your eyes. See what I have done. See who you have become. You are not the same person you were a year ago. You are not the same person you were last month. Even in your stumbling, you are growing. Even in your failure, you are learning. Even in your doubt, you are seeking. And I see it. I see every small step, every whispered prayer, every tear you thought was wasted, every moment you chose me even when you felt nothing. I see it, and I'm not disappointed. I'm not frustrated. I'm not impatient. I am proud of you. Not because you are perfect, but because you keep coming back, you keep getting up, you keep seeking. Even when it is hard, even when it is confusing, even when you cannot feel me, you keep coming, and that is faith. Not the faith that moves mountains, the faith that takes one more step, the faith that whispers, I do not understand, but I am staying. The faith that says, I cannot see you, but I know you are here. That is the faith that pleases me. Not great deeds, not impressive speeches, not perfect attendance. A broken and contrite heart, a humble and seeking spirit, a child who keeps crawling into my lap even when they are covered in mud. That is what I want. That is what I love. That is what I came to save. So stop hiding your mud. Stop pretending you are clean. Stop performing for an audience that does not exist. Come to me dirty. Come to me tired. Come to me confused. Come to me angry. Come to me doubtful. Come to me exactly as you are. And let me clean you. Let me hold you. Let me love you. Not the version of you that has it all together. The real you. The messy you, the struggling you. That is the you I died for. That is the you I rose for. That is the you I'm coming back for. Do you remember Peter? Bold Peter, confident Peter, the one who swore he would never leave me. And then he left me, 3 times, in one night, cursing and swearing that he never even knew me. And when our eyes met across the courtyard, he crumbled. He went outside and wept bitterly. Not tears of repentance, tears of shame, tears of failure, tears of I have ruined everything. And what did I do? Did I condemn him? Did I shame him? Did I bring up his failure every time I saw him? No. I restored him. I cooked him breakfast on the beach. I asked him 3 times if he loved me. Not to mock him, to heal him, to give him 3 chances to undo the 3 denials, to wash away the shame with something stronger than guilt. Grace. I gave him grace, and then I gave him a mission. Feed my sheep. Not because he had earned it, because I believed in him, because I saw what he could become, not what he had been. And child, I see the same in you. I see what you could become, not the failure, not the mistake, not the season of wandering. I see the finished product, the one who will look back at this moment and weep with gratitude, not because the pain was easy, but because the pain produced something beautiful, something eternal, something that could not have been produced any other way. You're in the furnace right now, and it is hot. I know the heat, I know the pressure, I know the way it feels like you are being consumed, but you are not being consumed. You are being refined. The impurities are burning away, the things you have been clinging to that were never meant to stay, the dependencies, the idols, the false comforts, the pride, the self-reliance, all of it is melting in the heat, and when you come out, when the fire has done its work, you will shine, not because of anything you added, but because of everything I removed. This is the process. It is not gentle, it is not comfortable, it is not quick, but it is good, it is loving, it is necessary, and you will thank me for it one day, not with the gratitude of someone who has forgotten the pain, but with the gratitude of someone who sees the purpose, someone who understands why the fire was required, someone who would not trade the gold for the dross, even if it meant avoiding the flames. So hold on to me, not to your understanding, not to your timeline, not to your expectations. Hold on to me. I am the only thing that will not burn. I'm the only thing that will not fail. I'm the only thing that will not leave. And I'm holding on to you. Even now, even in the fire, even in the flood, even in the darkness, my hand is on you, my eye is on you, my heart is with you, and I'm not letting go. Do you remember Daniel? Thrown into the lion's den because he would not stop praying, not because he was perfect, because he was faithful, and the lions did not touch him, not because I removed the lions. The lions were still there, their teeth were still sharp, their hunger was still real. But I shut their mouths. I neutralized the threat. I walked with him in the den, and he walked out without a scratch, not because the danger was not real, because my protection was greater. Child, your lions are real. Your den is dark. Your danger is not imagined. But I am with you in the den, and I am shutting mouths. I am neutralizing threats. I am protecting you in ways you cannot see, ways you will never know about until heaven. The accident that didn't happen, the betrayal that was blocked, the disaster that was diverted. I am working. Even when you cannot see it, even when you feel exposed, even when the lions are roaring, I am working, and I will not let you be devoured, not because you deserve protection, because I am your protector, because that is who I am. The Lord is your shepherd. You shall not want, not because you have everything you want, because I am everything you need, and I am enough. I'm always enough. So do not look at what you lack. Look at who you have. Do not count your problems. Count my promises. Do not rehearse your fears. Remember my faithfulness. I have never failed you. Not once. Not in all your years. Not in all your wandering. Not in all your rebellion. I have been faithful, and I will be faithful, to the end and beyond. Because faithfulness is not something I do. It is something I am. I am faithful. I am true. I'm the same yesterday, today, and forever. So the God who spoke to you yesterday is speaking to you now. The God who held you last year is holding you now. The God who carried you through the last storm is carrying you through this one. Nothing has changed. Not my love, not my power, not my plan. Nothing has changed. Only your perception, only your feelings, only your circumstances. And those are not reliable. They shift like sand. They change like the weather. They rise and fall like the tide. But I do not change. I am the rock, the foundation, the anchor, and I am holding you steady, even when you feel like you are sinking, You are not sinking. You are being held by hands that shape the universe, by arms that stretched across the sky, by a heart that beat for you before you drew your first breath. So do not trust your feelings. Do not trust your circumstances. Do not trust your fears. Trust me. Trust what I have said. Trust what I have done. Trust what I have promised. I said I would never leave you. I have not. I said I would never forsake you. I have not. I said I would be with you always. I am. To the end of the age and beyond. So rest. Rest in what I have said, not in what you feel. Rest in who I am, not in who you think you are. Rest in my finished work, not in your ongoing struggle. The battle is mine. The victory is mine, and I am sharing it with you, not because you earned it, because I love you, and my love is not a reward. It is a gift, freely given, extravagantly poured, undeservedly offered, and you do not have to earn it. You cannot earn it. You can only receive it. Open your hands, open your heart, open your clenched fists that have been trying to hold everything together, and receive. Receive my love, receive my peace, receive my rest, not as something you strive for, as something you surrender to. This is the hardest thing you will ever do. Not working, not striving, not achieving, surrendering, letting go, trusting that I am good enough to handle what you cannot. But you have been trying so hard to be good enough, strong enough, wise enough, and you are exhausted, not because the work is too hard, because the work was never yours to do. I never asked you to be enough. I asked you to let me be enough for you. I never asked you to carry the weight of the world. I asked you to give me your burdens. I never asked you to fix yourself. I asked you to come to me, and I would give you rest, but you keep running back to the yoke. You keep picking up the weight. You keep trying to prove something to someone who has already approved you. Child, stop. Stop striving. Stop performing. Stop pretending. Just stop. Be still. Be still. And know that I am God. Not that you are enough, not that you have it all together, not that your problems are solved, that I am God. And because I am God, you do not have to be. You do not have to hold the universe together. I'm doing that. You do not have to control the future. I am already there. You do not have to fix the past. I've already redeemed it. You do not have to be perfect. I'm perfect for you. So rest. Rest in the finished work. Rest in the completed cross. Rest in the empty tomb. Rest in the ascended King. Rest in the returning bridegroom. I've done everything. Everything that needed to be done. Everything that could be done. Everything that will ever need to be done. It is finished, paid, completed, accomplished. So why are you still working? Why are you still trying to add to what is already complete? Why are you still striving for what has already been given? This is not a call to laziness. This is a call to trust, a call to stop earning and start receiving, a call to stop achieving and start abiding. Abide in me, remain in me, stay connected to me like a branch connected to the vine. The branch does not strive to produce fruit. It simply remains, and the life of the vine flows through it, and fruit appears. Not because of the branch's effort, because of the vine's life. I am the vine, you are the branches. Remain in me, and you will bear fruit. Not by striving, by remaining, by staying, by resting in the relationship, by trusting that my life flowing through you will produce what I desire. Without your anxiety, without your manipulation, without your exhaustion, just rest, and fruit will come. Not the fruit of burnout, the fruit of abiding, peace, joy, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. These are not produced by your effort. They are produced by my presence. The more you rest in me, the more you become like me. The more you become like me, the more my fruit appears in your life. Not because you are trying, because you are transforming from the inside out by my Spirit at work in you. Even while you sleep, even while you rest, even while you are not trying, I am working. So stop trying so hard, stop forcing, stop manipulating, stop controlling. Let me work, let me produce, let me bring forth what only I can bring forth, in my timing, in my way, for my glory and your good. This is the secret to the Christian life. Not more effort, more surrender, not more striving, more abiding, not more doing, more being loved, being held, being known, being safe, being mine. Do you remember Moses? He tried to deliver Israel in his own strength. He killed an Egyptian. He thought he was ready, but he was not. So I sent him to the desert, For 40 years of shepherding sheep, 40 years of obscurity, 40 years of what felt like wasted time. But I was preparing him. I was humbling him. I was emptying him of himself, so that when I finally called him to the burning bush, he would know. He would know that the power was not his, that the strength was not his, that the wisdom was not his, that it was all mine, and I could use him. Not because he was strong, because he was weak, not because he was confident, because he was terrified, not because he was ready, because he was available. Child, are you available? Not ready, not qualified, not confident, available, willing to be used, willing to be sent, willing to be emptied, willing to be filled. That is all I need. Availability, not ability, not eloquence, not charisma, not credentials. Availability, a heart that says, here I am, send me, use me, break me, fill me, I am yours. That is the prayer I cannot resist. That is the posture I cannot ignore. That is the heart I will fill to overflowing, not with worldly success, with my presence, with my power, with my peace, with my purpose. I will give you everything you need, not everything you want, everything you need, for what I have called you to, and what I have called you to is greater than you can imagine, not greater in the world's eyes, greater in mine. Not more impressive to people, more impactful for eternity, not more comfortable, more meaningful. I have called you to something that only you can do, something that requires your specific scars, your specific story, your specific struggles, something that will make sense of the pain, something that will redeem the loss, something that will give meaning to the years you thought were wasted. Nothing is wasted with me, nothing. Not the tears, not the failures, not the detours, not the delays, not the closed doors, not the broken dreams. Nothing is wasted. I use everything, to shape you, to prepare you, to position you for something you cannot yet see. But you will see. One day, you will see the tapestry from the other side, and you will fall to your knees in wonder. Not because the pain was not real, because the purpose was so much greater than the pain. So do not give up. Do not throw in the towel. Do not walk away from the calling I have placed on your life, the calling you have doubted, the calling you have questioned, the calling you have tried to escape. It is still there. It is still real. It is still mine. And I am still preparing you. Even now, in this quiet moment, in this listening posture, in this surrender, I am preparing you for something you cannot yet see, but you will see. And when you see, you will understand. You will understand why the waiting was necessary, why the silence was required, why the fire was needed, why the desert was not a punishment, but a preparation for the promise that is coming, not in your timing, in mine. My timing is perfect, not early, not late, perfect, and you will not miss it. You cannot miss it, because I am leading you, guiding you, directing you. Even when you cannot see the path, even when you feel lost, even when you doubt, I am leading, and I will not let you wander off the cliff. I will catch you. I will correct you. I will redirect you. I will bring you back, again and again and again. Not because you are faithful, because I am, and my faithfulness is not dependent on yours. My love is not conditional on your love. My commitment is not revoked by your failure. I am faithful, even when you are faithless, because I cannot deny myself, and you are part of me now, sealed, marked, claimed, forever. So rest in that. Rest in my faithfulness, not in your feelings, not in your circumstances, not in your performance, in my faithfulness. I have never failed. I will never fail. I cannot fail. I am God, and I am for you, not against you, not disappointed in you, not tired of you, for you, completely, irrevocably, eternally, for you. So take a deep breath, let it out slowly, and let the tension go with it. Let the fear go, let the shame go, let the guilt go, let the striving go, let the performance go, let the pretending go. Just breathe and know. Know that you are loved, know that you are held, know that you are safe, know that you are mine, and nothing will change that. Not tomorrow's problems, not next week's challenges, not next year's unknowns, nothing. You are mine, and I am yours, forever. Now rest in my love, rest in my peace, rest in my presence. I am with you, always, to the end of the age, and beyond. You are not alone, you have never been alone, and you never will be alone. Sleep if you need to sleep, weep if you need to weep, be still if you need to be still. I am here, I am watching, I am holding, and I am not letting go, Not ever, because you are my beloved, and my beloved rests in me. So rest, just rest, and let me be God for you, with you, in you, always.